Welcome back everybody to another episode of Planetbase with me, Vapor. Okay, we had a bit of catastrophe on the last episode, but we have a medic and a biologist just arrived. So what I did is, because we only had the two people, so while I was waiting, I've put in the other buildings that we're going to need, but I had to get, if we come into here and look at the stats, because their morale was so low, nobody would arrive. So I've had to build this multi-dome, which gives them kind of somewhere to relax or work out, which made the two people I had happy. So thankfully, we've now got two extra people, one of which we needed was the biologist. So what I'm going to do is, under permissions, I'm going to take, because we got a medic, I only want one medic for the moment. So I'm going to try and get as many biologists as possible, because we need quite a few for what we need to do. How are we doing for oxygen? Let's have a quick... Right, looking at the grid, we're going to need more water. I think usually I build a bigger one than that, so it's probably my fault there really. And it'll also tell you in here how many people you can have for the oxygen, so I can have roughly 20 people. But yeah, this is... Water consumes 2.5 but produces 5. Those numbers look a little bit skewiff to me. Right, so the first thing we need to do is start processing ore to turn into metal. So if we select our processing plan, we've got a metal processor, so we'll build one of them, and a bioplastic processor. They're your two main resources for construction, and I think workers control these ones. I could be wrong. Oh my goodness, that was close, wasn't it? Eesh. Not having much luck. We got one worker in here at the moment. Workers work the mine. There is I think a driller bot, I think it's called, which you can get, which will work the mine as well, but we'll get them a little bit later on if we survive. Lab, well, there's no point me doing anything with the lab at the moment because I haven't got the people, although I've got a medic, so I could actually, I'll get some of these stations in. So this workbench is for making medicine. So if we go to our biodome, is it this one? Rice pad, onion, medicinal pad. Now at the moment I've only got the one. They've called biologist yet? Only one biologist, so he's trying to manage all these things at once, and it's not probably working very well. But anyway, the medicinal pad will create, I'm going to call them leaves, or medicinal plants, which then get processed at this station by a medic. Speaking of that, I don't actually have a sick bay, which, the way things have been going, it might be a good idea. Let's see. Can we get one in here? Will it let me? Yeah, there we are. This is just like... I'm literally stunned by what a shocking start that was. Now, yeah, that was my fault. It wasn't the game being harsh on me, but it just shows you really. Now, if you're not paying attention, the game can punish you. Now, thankfully, I had two people. Otherwise, that could have been the end of it right there. So, but we're getting there. We got some of the main things we need. And we have the ability to get more people. Speaking of which, what have you given us this time? Please, biologists. So we're looking for green. Oh, we got one. Well, one's better than none. Let's speed the game up. The other thing as well, and this is just an observation, and I could be wrong, and I'm sure somebody will correct me. This oxygen generator, as we expand, even if this was a large one and it could say support 50 people, if I only have that one but have buildings all the way over here, it doesn't provide as much oxygen. So I guess as we expand, this kind of needs to be the center of everything. So maybe like here, and buildings go off it. So this building here has 22% oxygen, but as you get further away, it's not really affecting it at the moment, but the further away you get, the less this percent comes. So yeah, it's just something to be mindful of. And also, if you have one tube, one of these tunnels linking all the way over here, and it gets hit, anyone on the opposite side of that will die. So it is a good idea to have more than one of these. What are you doing? Engineer nothing. Right, let's see. So this is the metal processor. So it takes the ore, which is from the mine. A worker then. It is a worker, yep. Speed the game down. Speed it down. Slow it down. Yeah, and the worker then turns it into the metal. Oh, there we are. Is that one worker in? Yep. Oh, it's starting to come good now. I know one thing I forgot to build is a meal maker. And what the meal maker does, it takes the vegetables, of which we have 2 at the moment, and it turns them into food. Now, I suppose you could say vegetable is a food anyway, but you can make like I don't want to say make, probably grow meat as well, which biologists do, and we'll touch on that in a second, because you can suffer from malnutrition in this game as well, just from eating vegetables all the time. I don't know if that's a dig at vegetarians or not, but who knows. So here we are. So we got a worker at the moment. Is a worker, isn't it? Yeah. So we got Kurt Love. Oh, what a name. He should be a porn star. He's making bioplastic. Now that's made from starch, which comes from the starchy plants more than anything, and it'll make the bioplastic. It's not the quickest of things in the world, so as the game goes on, we will need a bigger building with more of these in. But for the moment, while we're struggling, I think we're just fine. Self-sufficiency reached. So that's... Oh, look at that. How beautiful. But yeah, you now have the structures in place to sustain your colony. On the assumption that you don't make them all dehydrated and die, that is. Oh, a sandstorm. Is everyone inside? Now this will harm people. So once he comes in, what I'm going to do, if it'll let me, disable structure, which means nobody can leave the base now. There's no one in here, is there? No. If they were inside there, they would be safe, but they still have a tendency to walk outside. But it does injure them, and I think it does damage buildings as well. Yeah, a lot of the buildings were a bit damaged. And that reminds me, spare parts. I need to make those as well. It's really testing me. A factory. The factory makes the spare parts, so let's have a quick look. We'll place that here. Now they can't build this until I enable this building because they can't leave, so I'm surprised you don't need that for self-sufficiency, because without the parts some of the things wouldn't work. But yeah, I guess, what do I know? So we got our medic here, which I can't actually click on. They're making... well, I never knew that before. I've never really looked. But it actually uses bioplastic as well, which makes sense. So I guess like a syringe would probably need it. So maybe if I go into base management and... which one is it? It won't let me yet until I get the factory. But you can adjust how many of each item they make. Otherwise they'll just keep making them and making them. So if I'm running short on bioplastic and I don't actually need medical supplies, I could say, well, only make 10. So at this point we have 10. They wouldn't make any more. Well, at least we've got some things going now. And the food is being worked with, which is good. Right, the sandstorm's gone, so let's reactivate this building. And they'll run off and go and complete that for us. What we do need to build is tissue synthesizers. This is what I was on about growing the meat. So we'll chuck 3 of these in here for the moment, because there's 3 different types of meat. I think it's beef, pork and chicken. And for the moment they'll be enough to sustain any colony that we have. Oh, that sounded close. Constant attack of meteors. If it hits that, I'm in trouble. That's all I know. How are we doing for power? I think we're going to need to build another one of those as well. Oops. An external building, power collector. I'm going to go with a larger one. Oh, that's quite nice. I think we will plot that right there. And another thing to point out is all these buildings are only connected to this section by that one line. So if that got damaged, we'd have no water, so no power, and everyone would die again. So maybe it'd be a good idea to link it up in more than one place. These are life-saving tips I'm sharing here. And if I can survive what happened at the beginning, I think, yeah, it's quite a good idea to follow what I'm saying. Right, so we got some basic meals in there, so we should be alright. There you go, he's just took one. So, yeah, let's speed this up a little bit. Let's get some of these buildings going. Are we running out of resources? Let's have a look. Yeah, we're actually making more than we've got, which is good. Oh. What have we got this time? Here we go. That's a worker. Is it just the one? No, 2. Yeah. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this to mainly engineers and biologists, just because we need a few more. I'd feel safer because you need one at these terminals as well, I think. Yeah, a biologist. I'm not really sure how this works. Let me just do this. Chicken, beef, and pork. No, it says vitro meat, but it doesn't really say what it's using. It's using some water and electricity, but it doesn't seem to actually use anything else. So as long as you have the biologist available, it's gonna make meat. So brilliant, really. Well, we got 3 biologists, haven't we? Yeah. But we need at least another couple. And we need a bed in the sick bay as well, just in case anyone gets injured. So we'll do that. Right, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable now. Well, I will do once we've got the power. Keep an eye on the water as well. We've also got to be very careful, as we said, when we come in here and... was it the grid or the stats? I think it's the grid. Yeah, so we have to also bear in mind how much oxygen we've got for people. Water storage is fine. Yeah, we need to deal with the water in a minute. We will look at that. And what else? Stats. So our prestige is quite low at the moment, but this will increase. And if anyone was interested in where I started, remember the map seed? So that's the coordinates. And it is quite flat around here, so it is quite good. But it's just a breakdown of everything. Why haven't they built these yet? What are we waiting for? Pending resources. Aha. Oh, here we go. Possibly some biologists. Yep. Ah, there we go. 2. I might leave that as it is for the moment. A couple more come in, and then I'll adjust it and get some more workers and other things that we need. We're gonna need a bed in here as well. There we go. Now, we're kind of at a stable point. I know we're a bit short of resources at the moment. Probably because we need more workers. In fact, we'll do that now. I know I just said I'd leave it, but why not? We'll change it. Medic, engineer. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Because they will then bring out the resources we need for here. But that being said, we might need more of these machines as well. Holy crap, how close was that? Damn it. There is things later on to deal with these. You can shoot them out of the sky, but for the moment, yeah, it's very, very kind of delicate. We've got to be very careful. Whoop. Go into the airlock. Now, where would you be going? You're going to work in the mine? No. Okay, taking the resources. So I guess anybody pretty much carries anything, so power storage is critical. Oh dear. What we can do here, if I can find it, is on the grid. We can switch to... So all the non-vital structures will stop. Did that work? Did I do that right? Ah, there we are. So basically what will happen now is only the oxygen and water buildings will work. So we're going to use a lot less power. You see, as you can see, it's going up. Only a little bit because this is slowly working. But this, otherwise, if I'd have left that, we'd have run out of power completely and everyone would have died of asphyxiation. We got some more people there. I think they were workers. Right, is it daytime yet? Almost. I think it's safe to put the power back on though. Hold on. There we go. I thought I built another one of these somewhere. Aha. We haven't quite got the resources for it yet. Well, we're getting there. Slowly. What we do actually need, as you can see, this is full of metal. Or we do actually need more processors. So if we put another one of those and another plastic. But I think... Holy crap. I think we'll leave this episode right there. And... We'll see what they do. We're gonna wait for them to catch up with us. It has been a bit of a hard start, but we're doing okay. We're surviving just about. And I think the last thing I'll do on this episode is, if I where is it? I'm gonna turn that off because I don't want any more people yet, because we can only just about support what we have, and I think that's the safe thing to do. So, until next time, as always, take care.